Good morning, and thanks for coming today. I'd first like to thank members of the media who have helped us to quickly provide information to the public about this case. Public tips are critical to this investigation and will enable us to find those responsible for this terrible act of violence. Now, I'd like to provide you with an update on the progress of the Bombay Bhel restaurant bombing investigation. To recap the incident, on Thursday, May 24th at approximately 10:30 p.m., two suspects entered the Bombay Bhel restaurant located at 5035 Hurontario Street and placed an IED, an improvised explosive device, inside, which exploded, injuring 15 people who were then rushed to the hospital. The suspects immediately fled eastbound on foot. Our investigators have now officially completed processing the scene of the explosion. This was a highly complex process that involved the cooperation of multiple bureau and specialized units of the police service. Processing the scene involved our forensic experts who photographed the restaurant and collected physical evidence, including fingerprints and DNA. It will be analyzed by the province's Center of Forensic Science. We had the explosive disposals unit analyze the blast site and scour the surrounding areas looking for other potential explosives. We are happy to report we did not find any. Investigators spent hundreds of hours over the weekend combing the scene for every fine detail that might lead them to understand what took place that night. Besides our own people, we have engaged other police agencies from across the GTA to work with us to share and gather information that might lead to a break in this case. Investigators are now analyzing the data from forensic testing and all other evidence that has been obtained through this process. In processing the crime scene, we have confirmed that the improvised explosive device, commonly known as the IED, appears to be homemade. However, what led the two suspects to detonate this device is still not clear. We do not have a clear motive, and no one has claimed responsibility. Our public safety unit has conducted a thorough ground search for evidence using canine support in conjunction with drones to map out the area. At the same time, we are continuing to canvass the surrounding neighborhoods, searching for more witnesses and video surveillance from cars, homes, and businesses that might be of help. We have set up a full-time task force to work on this file. They will explore every possible avenue and every available lead. The task force has set up a dedicated phone number so anyone with information can call them directly anytime, day or night. The tip line is 1-866-966-0616. We have confirmed that at the night of the incident, there were approximately 30 people inside the restaurant. Officers have since spoken to and interviewed all of the people. Original reports of the suspects indicated they were both men. However, our investigators now believe at least one suspect could be a woman. I would like to detail the suspect descriptions for you again. The first suspect is described as approximately 5'10" to 6 foot tall with a stocky build. They were wearing dark pants, a dark colored hoodie pulled overhead, a baseball cap, and their face was covered with dark material. The second suspect is described as approximately 5'10" to 6 feet tall with a medium build. They were wearing blue jeans, a dark colored hoodie pulled over their head, and their face was covered with dark material. The suspects went to great lengths to hide their identities. I must point out that anyone who has or is assisting these criminals will also be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. We know there are people out there who know who did this, and it's time for them to do the right thing and come forward. While we understand this investigation is drawing extensive public interest from around the world, we want you to understand this is a complex case and it's going to take time to solve. We will continue to keep you updated as new information emerges, and we appreciate your continued patience and support. We can't solve this case without your help. Assistance from the community is critical. We would like to urge anyone with any information that may help us to understand what occurred at the Bombay Bhel restaurant to come forward. If you were present in the plaza at 5035 Hurontario Street the night of Thursday, May 24th, please contact us through the dedicated phone number. The tip line, once again, 1-866-966-0616. We need your help to solve this horrendous crime, so we encourage you to call us. Before I take questions, I'd just like to point out on a photo the route the two individuals took after exiting the restaurant. The Bombay Bhel restaurant is located right there. The suspects went eastbound through a field along Preston Meadow Avenue.
Do you mind holding the microphone?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can actually hold it and do this.
I can probably just direct you through that. Okay. I just don't know if this is connected.
When you do, just look at this camera right there.
Okay. Now, can we take that through?
Can you take this off? Can you take this off here and we'll take it? Okay, there you go.
Thank you very much.
Point everything out. That would be great.
Okay, we all set? So this is the Bombay Bhel restaurant. The suspects left and went eastbound along Armdale Road through this construction site field right up to Thornwood Drive and Forum Drive. That's where K9 lost the track. So the concentration of our video that we're looking for is going to be along that corridor there and then through any roads leading out that way. I don't know if this is going to work now. All right then.
Other picture, please. And can you tell us which of the two suspects you think is a woman and what led investigators to think so?
There's nothing specific in that photograph. There's evidence that's coming to light through witnesses and through some other video that leads investigators to believe that it just may not be a male.
What video do you have?
We have surveillance video from homes, from cars. We have a lot of video along that route that we just haven't processed yet, but we do have some video that shows them running eastbound on Preston Wood.
Can you go into more detail about where the ID was detonated?
Sorry.
Can you go into just a little more detail about exactly where in the restaurant that IED was detonated? Was it the main hall, the dining room, or the bathroom?
Well, I can't, but I can say that the suspects went in and were out very quickly, so it wasn't any further than around the front entrance of the restaurant.
Superintendent, can you give us some idea of the extent of some of the injuries sustained here, particularly the three with the critical injuries? What type of injuries are we talking about here? Can you shed some light on their injuries?
Well, what I can say is that they all went to the hospitals. Three of them went to Sunnybrook. Those three were released the following day, and they did have to have surgery, my understanding, for some of the people.
But you can't be more specific on the type of injuries sustained, because critical injuries is very broad, right? I mean, what type of injuries? I know paramedics said critical blast injuries, but can you elaborate on that at all?
I can't because I'm not an expert in that area. What I know is that the injuries at first were deemed to be critical. When they went to Sunnybrook and were operated on, they were released the following day, and I don't know if that helps you.
You said some of the witnesses, the information that you got from the witnesses made you believe that one of the suspects is a woman. So did the witnesses hear the suspects talking at any point? What is that based on?
So I don't want to say that it is a woman. We're just not precluding that it may be a woman. I know that it was mentioned on Friday that there were two males, and at this point, our investigators are not prepared to say that they are definitively males.
So you've been speaking with the people who own and run the restaurant, the people who were there dining that night. I still don't have an idea of what the motive was here, like why these suspects did it. So what do you think the risk is of them doing something like this again?
Well, we are working very hard to identify them and apprehend them. Without the motive at this point, there's nothing to suggest that there is something imminent.
Are the owners of the restaurant cooperating with police?
Absolutely, yes.
There is no fatal victim in this case. Can I safe to say it is
I can't say that. I'm not an expert in explosions, but that's what we will get as a result of what the CFS will tell us. They'll provide us with a formal report, and then we'll know exactly what this device was capable of.
You say there's no motive at this point, but on Friday.
Okay, I'm sorry once again.
Anything about motivation? I mean, we talked last week about terrorism. Any indication that this could be terrorism motivated?
No, there's absolutely nothing.
How long were the suspects in the restaurant?
I don't have the exact time, but it wasn't very long.
Superintendent, do you believe anyone in the restaurant or the restaurant itself was targeted?
We don't know that at this point.
Can you give us an idea of the extent of the video evidence that you've collected so far?
I know that we have a lot of video evidence that we've collected, we just haven't analyzed it. So that's the next step in our investigation. And I can tell you that the video, what we're doing is we're still doing a canvas for video. That is, takes a long time.
How are you so confident in being able to say that it wasn't a hate crime or wasn't a terrorist attack if you don't have a motive?
So when we first had the incident happen, we had a number of agencies that we looked to provide us with information. Our intelligence unit was on scene that night. They liaised with other agencies throughout the GTA, the province, and INSET, and gave them what they had in the way of details. And we don't have any messaging during the incident, before the incident, from these individuals, no conversation that we're aware of. So that's how we're saying at this point we have nothing to suggest it was a terrorist or a hate crime.
So they didn't speak when they were in the restaurant? There was no exchange of conversation?
At this point, we don't have that, no.
What kind of charges would these people be facing if they were arrested?
Well, it'll be attempted murder for one, and then beyond that, there'll be a series of other criminal code charges.
Is there any information to suggest this may have been a family dispute or something involving the restaurant owners?
No, not at this point.
Any idea how many people you've interviewed, just in terms of numbers and such?
Well, there were, as I said, approximately 30 inside the restaurant. Those are the people that we wanted to get to first over the weekend, and we have interviewed all of them. There will be a series of other people now identified through those interviews that we'll have to get to.
That was including the staff, 30 including the restaurant staff?
That's correct.
Is this a timed explosion or timed IED, or did it blow up before they left, or?
It detonated after they left the restaurant. I don't know about the timing, that aspect of it.
And Superintendent, just to be clear, I just want to make sure, you're saying one could be a woman, but you don't know which of the two could be female. Is that clear?
I don't know.
Or the investigator?
The investigators probably have an idea, but I don't.
You had the video of them tasing it, right?
I don't know that, sir.
Just a couple more questions
So
for
the
you guys.
bomb itself, I mean, how important do you think that could be to tracing back who it was that put it together?
I think it'll be very important.
And how, like, what sort of things can we glean from it to see?
Well, as I mentioned, it's a homemade device, so that may not help us. Whatever was put in that may be lying around the home. But from the Center of Forensic Science, we expect that they will be able to tell us just how complicated of a device this is and where you get the information to build this, what it takes.
Yeah, like, is it the kind of device that you could get instructions for online?
My understanding is that there are a number of different devices you could make that are available online.
Do you know how rudimentary this device was? What was the base ingredients? And
I don't.
If you look at the restaurant, the blast didn't look so powerful in the sense that there was no windows blown out, there was no like sign of fire or anything like that. Was it the explosion? Did it cause a lot of damage inside the actual restaurant?
Not that I'm aware of. Could it have caused more damage if it was placed somewhere else? I don't know. We do have the city involved as the building inspector is looking at the building to make sure it's structurally sound. But beyond that, I don't know.
What other police agencies?
Thank you for the questions.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Superintendent Ryan. So we're going to provide media release with all the information given, as well as these pictures that were shown today, and we'll send those out to you directly after. Thank you for coming.
Can we talk to